All right, welcome everyone. Today we are going to do just like last week. We are going to work on gameb.news, mainly basically preparing the next edition of gameb.news. And here I have the code ready. So I copy pasted the previous edition. And this is what I'm going to be doing during this video. But in the description, there is a link that you can follow to basically have a chat with me. So you can join. I can add you as a voice, or add you actually as an interlocutor, and we can have a chat. And meanwhile, maybe I can work, or you can do as some, just play me in the background like a radio. So let's get going. I have here my little to-dos that I use to go through everything. Now, what I need to do, let's see, is to basically go back to the 17th. Please disappear. All right. So, and we're going to scroll through the whole thing until back to the 17th, and fill this page. Let me actually, given that Daniel and Jordan anyway are the most relevant voices at the moment, I'm gonna leave this here. Then I guess let's see if we find an epic quote. I don't think there is any new big Medium article. Otherwise, it's gonna be lower. And YouTube, Twitter. All right, we have a skeleton ready. Before I get going, let's see whether someone is watching. So there is one person watching. Hi there. Welcome to this live streaming. Feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to see it over here. And if you actually click on the link in the description, then I can add you. So let me scroll. So this is anyway 1 minute old. As I scroll through these, usually I kind of check. Coronavirus sense making. Who did this? I have to check. I'm going to look for the things that have most interaction. And I'm trying to do this relatively quickly because honestly, it takes a lot of time to do this. And take a look. So there is an attempt to create a logo for gameb, which I don't know. I personally don't find very interesting. I'm not interested in branding and marketing, but you know, at least it's a collective effort. And given that nobody owns the brand, let it happen. So recently there is like a lot of posting, but not much interaction. Take a look. this is actually something investors. Okay. Five comments. Okay, wait, what's that? I don't get it so much, but it has 13 comments, so mythological exploration. I don't know. I'm not sure I agree with the whole argument here, but why not quote him since there has been some discussion. This was yesterday. Oh my god. Still have some scrolling to do, huh? One comment, 11 comment. It's funny. I guess this guy had is from the Twitter wave, and this one is a good one. Has 6 shares though. Doesn't look like it created a lot of engagement within. Okay, this I'm going to add because the other is a follow-up. All right, let's call this. Let's call it additions and look for the first post. By the way, I have to find, didn't include the author here. And more, let's see, Berlin, more logos. It's March 22, that was 2 days ago. finally something else. Okay, let me just add this question. How do we let an unsustainable system fail? I guess this is already good. Sam Elder, question mark. Copy. Oh, I haven't seen this one. Okay, this is for myself. Okay, interesting. This has been a lot of discussion. Okay, there is a lot of I see. Here they are discussing. Okay, but I guess this is one of the ones that are going to have a little fire in the front. We are still 2 days ago. Oh my God. There's been a lot of sharing. I really need some help, by the way. I really think that this is a lot of work. Let me check if someone... Hey! Hi there. Nice to see some comments. DSD. Why do we need the logo? Yeah, I agree. So what does DSD say? I would argue that once the restrictions are lifted, people will have a lot of money to spend. Given the higher demand, local businesses can charge higher prices, except if they failed, right? Which is happening. My sister has been fired. And she's for sure not the only one. All right, here there has been some discussion, so I feel entitled to my own little post. What? Oops. It's not what I wanted. I wanted a little link. This is 21. Oh my God, it's gonna take me forever. Here, this is the first. These are more logos. But at least it's a collective effort. I like the fact that it's not just one person proposing. Seven comments. 6, 1. I'm sorry, it's obviously the amount of comments is not, you know, is not the most meaningful way to select posts, but you know, I'm doing this on my own on a weekly basis, and it takes me like 2 hours every week. So I think it could be better. I agree. Store is back. I'm gonna link to the there we are. The gameb logo project started here. Is it time for a gameb sigil that can spread virally? I don't really believe that's the case. Again, like I mistrust branding. I mistrust fabrication. March 20. Mm, 14. Honestly, I don't have much time to read all this stuff anymore. For a while I was able to do so, but now I've been trying to find out some way I can help with this coronavirus thing. But I'm struggling with that. You can watch my previous episodes to see my attempts. All right, to continue. 19, yeah, not many days left. 8 comments. 10 comments. Yeah. 25, okay. I was wondering whether I should do this at all right now, because coronavirus is more relevant at the moment. But I think it's a way to keep my own sanity, and to a degree it really helps to have this weekly thing. And yeah, it keeps me maintain some rhythm, something worth maintaining. And also, if I have a streak of about 2 months now, like I haven't missed a week, so I would like to keep that way. So okay, this guy, it's the second time he writes about this. The virus is an archetype. I mean, this kind of analysis makes me uncomfortable. I completely believe in symbolism and dark and deep pattern, etc. But the question is that the primary way to analyze the situation? Probably not, right? 18. 11 comments. I think that's more or less my cut for now. 12 comments on. I might be done soon. Almost done. Yeah, this is stuff from last week that I already kind of shared. I think so, to a degree. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now we have a lot Let's be developed. Let's look at it. Meanwhile, let's see whether there are new comments. So there is DSD waiting for the list. The restrictions to be lifted reminds me of sitting in front of my MacBook, waiting for the OS update to be finished. You see, I even shared your comment on the screen, which doesn't make sense because it's already visible anyway. And it looks like you're not there anymore anyway, but let me answer. Yeah, I guess we need a lot of patience. So, so this is too much stuff, I would say. Let me open this. Quick 4 posted today, and the description I would say is still valid, but yeah. So this is I don't remember what I use as a. Let's see here. Last week in gameb. So we have a number of things. Okay, which one should I use given that he posted two about the same topic? Let's see which one has more engagement. So this got 33 and this got 13. All right, and it's gonna be this one. The virus is an archetype. And this one we remove. Then I guess maybe this one doesn't have many reactions. I don't want to 14. Might have to kill mine. Now with this I don't want to keep for myself. So this is the logo Saga. Now this is the one on fire. I guess I will have to kick mine because it's probably has like 11 or less. I don't know, 12. No, I'm gonna keep it. Only discussion, so I'm gonna use a question mark. What about this? How many comments? 14. Virus is an archetype virus. Do we have that? No. What can we use? What emoji can we use? Question. And this is also a question. Let's put the questions together. I keep forgetting how you. So emoji magician, something like that. Mage. Doesn't exist. Weird. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I think I'm done with this. Let's see. Hello there. So if he's back, I don't know. He's coming and going. Meanwhile, he says in the unfolding meta crisis, Jordan Hall essentially repeats Taleb's argument from Antifragile. Well, I guess. I mean, for sure, the core concepts. By the way, do you remember that you actually gifted me that book? But I think there is more detail, and of course it's more real time. Why does this? I just want the mage. Better. So let's continue here. So YouTube and Twitter. Let's continue with the to-dos. So Jordan Hall. By the way, did I introduce you to gameb? And then have you been following all this time? That would be cool to know. Or was it like through the Rebel Wisdom people? Let's see what happened in the last 7 days. I still don't completely, I really don't like, how can I just filter by his own posts, you know? I don't feel like, you know, like scrolling through everyone mentioning him. This looks here. Am I part of this by curating things? Okay, this sounds like my phone battery is low. I guess I'm gonna have to look for the charger. Let's do this. Okay, back. Hey there, Mark. Nice to see you around. Mark Campbell says Daniel Schmachtenberger gave a really good situational assessment 2 days ago. Yes, I watched it. It's quite sobering and scary. It's weird that I only see, let's see, 1 person on Facebook right now and 0 on YouTube. It doesn't look so reliable, like this little number here, because sometimes people are there and I don't see it, but yeah. Anyway, Mark, I'm going to pass through my YouTube video subscriptions in a moment. And that's his review, his situational assessment, that's where it's going to land in this section. But right now I'm scrolling through this, and I think I found my weekly quote. So let me see. I have to copy it from here, for example. Copy. I wonder. Okay, is this? What's the original? If he's quoting it. Jordan Hall. Well, then we can just quote him directly. There you are. Let's continue. Yeah, it's a lot of menial work, I would say. This is really a good one, no matter what. Yeah. So I have to scroll back to the 17th, right? Because I'm doing 1 week at a time. 21. Huh. Russell Brand. That's cool. Yeah, he's nice. Wouldn't have expected Jordan Hall to. Yeah. Mental health crisis, huh? Let's post this. Highest priority. Let's do the whole thing. Bam. In the end, I hope that this service is actually useful. I don't know. I'm skipping over videos because they're going to end up in the YouTube section. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God. That's crazy. Whoa. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, I have to say. I don't know if this is, I mean, I guess the impact, emotional impact is relevant. Here's a funny one. Funny in scare quotes. Introverts, now is your time. To go back to 17. It's exploding, you know, like it's easy for me to put more links than less. Because, yeah, I need to use less of my brain. And right now I'm really trying to be efficient, actually, because every week I'm kind of tempted not to do it. which would be a pity. So and there you are, Daniel, Steph, DSD. So he does listen to Nassim Taleb. Mm-hmm. 18. Already posted way too much stuff. So 17. Yeah, this is when the whole thing was going on. So you know what the problem is? I'm using my phone because it has a nice camera, and my head's disconnected to my phone with the with the microphone. And if someone writes, I don't see it and I don't hear it. That's the problem. So hi there. Let me read a bit. Nice to hear that there is some synergy going on. So DSD is now watching the Daniel Schmachtenberger video. Mark says, when Daniel spoke about the secondary effects of the virus, I thought it was one of the most powerful arguments for fighting it. Yes, I agree. I mean, you know, these people are really smart, right? It's hard to find problems with their thinking. And Max, hi there. We've seen each other in the last live stream. Was that yesterday? Anyway, the gameb thinkers are behind the zeitgeist, movement thinkers. Gameb theory is still in its pre-paradigm phase, whereas okay, that's an interesting observation. I'm not sure I agree, actually. But so gameb is limited to the abstract theoretical foundation, whereas TZM has developed a socio-economic system and its technical operation. So I think that a person like Jordan Hall would disagree with you because a socio-economic system still is a formal system. And according to him, a formal system still is gameb, because that's basically a formal system is one of the ways of centralization in the sense, right? Like the formal system gets defined and then it gets installed on the people who need to run the system. But the problem with that is that the individuals in the system then don't run in full sovereignty, and that's the difference between gameb and what came before that, which are these, you know, sub-Dunbar tribes where kind of everyone can show up with full sovereignty, and there is no like formal system that is kind of like that everyone executes like an ant in a sense. So the zeitgeist movement, all I know is I watched the 2 documentaries of, you know, I don't know, they're probably more than 10 years old, talking about how 9/11 is a conspiracy, and all of that. So I mean, since then I haven't been following, but I think the second one was talking about kind of the vision forward. But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that I think this is the argument, right? This is the argument for why any kind of formal system would not be gameb. And, you know, they might be wrong, and we might need a new formal system or a new paradigm. But Jordan Hall talks about the trans-paradigmatic mind that one needs to be able to, yeah, I guess, enter liminal mode, which is, you know, basically operating without a paradigm, something like that. And I don't know, this might be unachievable, arrogant, I don't know, but I guess that's why people who kind of adhere to this gameb wouldn't see that as progress. As far as I understand, the theory. But there we are. Actually, I don't even know whether, I watched this video, but I don't think I subscribed to the guy, so I'm happy to have it here. Okay, let's look at the state. So we have Jordan Hall, a lot of Jordan Hall, a lot of links, and then Daniel Schmachtenberger, which would be this. Just going to watch it later, maybe. So people talking about Daniel Schmachtenberger would be easier to. If you know how to filter posts by other people, then please let me know, because at least Schmachtenberger doesn't post so often. 19, what does he write about here? A two-step process to stop the pandemic. Okay, this one looks good. Where is it? And something about estimating fatalities. Okay, this is a good one. If I didn't share it already last week, I'm not sure about that. I would have to check. Let's see. Nope. Where is it? Daniel. Copy paste the link. Alrighty. I think that's it for Daniel Schmachtenberger. And then we have the next tweets. Let's see what new tweets we have. Meanwhile, let's check the comments. So DSD says, Zeitgeist was first linked to the Venus project. Yes, that's what I was missing, the Venus project, which, by the way, Daniel Schmachtenberger was inspired by, or was it Jordan Hall? No, I think Daniel Schmachtenberger was inspired to a degree by the guy behind the Venus project, the architecture, etc., etc. Anyway, in April 2011, partnership between the two groups ended in an apparent power struggle. Okay. Without the Zeitgeist movement, the Venus project doesn't exist. It has nothing but ideas and a viable method to bring to life. All right. It's funny that, I know, but you're all on YouTube. Okay, good that you can discuss. Max says, formal is complicated. To see that you know the argument. In other words, to causality of the social structure. They are a model of the social. Yes. And it's not possible to have human being hold social reality, general of reality. But what we can collective is dense, and that's the idea of liminal mode. But then formal logic is all of that. That's a good question, because are giving up on sense making, right? I mean, actually, they're doing quite some hardcore sense making there. So that's something that I find actually quite interesting, right? So they have this whole analytic mindset. How do they decide, okay, now this is where I make the cut and where I kind of like interface with, the complexity of reality directly, not based on a thought construct. So this is actually something that I would like to kind of understand. Mark says, it feels like politicians and medical officials are ignoring the emotional impact when they tell people to treat negative tests like positive ones. I didn't hear that, but yeah. It sounds a bit like, when you handle a gun, that you should always treat it like a loaded gun, even though it isn't one. This kind of, like Sam Harris talks about that practice as the only kind of metaphorical truth that he can relate to, basically, something like that. Okay, let's see. It's. I'm reading Mark's comment, which is relatively low. Let me highlight it for a moment. I think nobody really knows the right way to deal with this situation. And it's all like very complicated, and there are so many trade-offs. So I don't really know whether I have an answer on the fly. Max says the design criteria for viable system is that it is adaptable, closed loop, and holistic. Sounds reasonable. That's also, I think, Daniel Schmachtenberger's argument. He talks about all these cycles, the atom cycle, entropy, and what is it, energy, all these kind of layers of reality, if you will, need their own. We need to kind of, I don't know exactly what do you do with entropy, what do you do with energy, what do you do with atoms. I guess with atoms it's the clearest, right? You need to have the cycles because it's a finite amount of matter that's circulating. But yeah, account for internalize externalities. That sounds like a wise thing to do. And then Max says, modeling how metastructures condition behavior is the objective of Daniel's project. Okay, could you maybe elucidate a bit more what metastructures are? Meanwhile, I'm going to continue here. So this is ordered by time. And again, we have to go back 1 week. Interestingly, since the end of last year, Twitter has become way less relevant when it comes to gameb. There is Jim Rat that is active, but he talks about a number of things. And sporadically people use the hashtag, but these tweets don't get much interaction. It's different, has changed. I think it was the Facebook group that kind of absorbed all of the activity, or a lot of it, and then Guptagate happened. Anyway, and then Corona happened, basically. gameb governance systems. All right, let's copy this one. It's enough. Yeah, the bar has been lowered a bit. Okay, this one is a good one. I mean, there is this Wendy who said that basically gameb is a Jordan Hall and his smart friends fan club, which to a degree is actually quite true. Yeah, what do you want to do, right? Smart people. Okay, I'm interested in what he's answering to. Okay. American can do. This is actually cool. I mean, it's one of the things that gives one hope, right? Like this, the ingenuity. We evolved to deal with serious shit. I guess this is a good one. Yeah. Okay, I like this one. I mean, to a certain degree, like this is also an aesthetic choice, given that these are sound bites, right? Clear thinking, useful ideas. This was a fun. This was a good one. I really enjoyed this one. Recommend you read it. But yeah, I mean, it's not really specifically Game B, although I don't think anyone will complain, you know. At the moment, everyone is thinking about Corona. If this is the usual society, okay, I'm gonna take this one. Honor this, one of the last Game B tweeters, you know, from the Twitter generation from last year. I still have a couple of days to go. What the fuck? That's a good one. Okay, this one too. As a conclusion. So I think we're done with Twitter. Yeah, this is already the 16th. Okay, let's see the comments here. Okay, no new comments. Anyway, if someone new is here, I see up here, I see 2 people are watching. Hi there. Feel free to comment. And if you click on the link, you can join in and have a chat with me directly. My microphone, just like you would do in a video or conference. I still have to, the only time someone picked me up on that offer, it was basically someone who wanted to talk about gaming. So we want to move on to YouTube, I think, right? We have tweet. Let's go through the subscriptions, and please don't mind my cringy subscriptions. Just mind the important ones. So don't look at PewDiePie. You haven't seen PewDiePie appear in this. And you haven't seen anything about movies. All right, let's go to this one. Because I still believe that long-term conversation, dialogos, but of a very specific form, or I don't know, of a very unthought of form needs to emerge. Transformational conversation. Let's see. Oh my God, better audio version in description. That's the title of the. I have to go back 1 week, huh? This is a good one, even though I didn't finish watching it. Let's do this one too. I hope the quality is good. I mean, his voice is calming, usually. All right, these one are the important ones. One. And this is a part of, okay, this one is good. All right, and this one is important. Funny enough, I don't feel so guilty about sharing a lot of YouTube videos. I feel more guilty about sharing a lot of Facebook links and Boniteroi, of course. So this is 4 days ago. Oh my God, this one needs to be shared too. There's so many good conversations. I really enjoy that. I haven't watched this one, but I think it's good. We'll have to reorder them, I feel. Hi. So much good content this week. So 6 days ago. Okay, let's put this down. It's good. This is unfortunately a bit less relevant right now. These I already posted, I remember. Yes, you can post this one too. Oh my God. I'm surprised about the amount. Where I think I lost. There's too much good stuff. Right. I think that's it. Okay. Let me close this. Let me see whether there's something new. Max keeps writing. So we were here. Max says a classification of structures, which are the basic ways in which that's his answer to my question, what are metastructures? So what basic ways in which individuals and societies fulfill their needs. These structures also form the determinants of human behavior and okay. So I'm reading this. Does this help? So Max, have you been listening to his podcast? Is this where he explains these things? I mean, that's quite interesting. And I'm wondering where he kind of, describes an overview of that. Because what I know is where he describes, the generator functions, that kind of stuff. But I've never heard him talk about the metastructures and then, building on like the emergence model and integral theory, all of that. you know, is there maybe one podcast episode where he outlines all of that? I would be interested in watching that or listening to that. It's already, so I've been streaming for 1 hour, almost exactly. And let's look at the situation here, what I produced. So there is something wrong here, I believe. Oh, no, it's correct. So we have a lot of YouTube videos. And then we have all these tweets that, if I reload it, will appear as tweets. Just give it a moment. Okay, I think there is at least one video, one Medium article that's worth sharing, which is this one. Coronavirus, the hammer and the dance. Let's put this a bit higher up. I guess here. And then given that we have so many YouTube videos, let's put the Twitter section a bit higher. Let's reload the page. All right, back up. Okay, now that this is okay, let's reorder this. Prioritize. How many do I have? Whoa. This is good. This is good. This is good. I guess a bit less. Should I start? Should I start separating them? Rebel wisdom. Then we have, yeah, this is all rebel wisdom. Reiki and hold, which is 2 videos. Then we have Future Thinkers with Bonita Roy. And this would be Voice Craft. And this is the store. And this is generic Jordan Hall because this guy doesn't have a, you know, any kind of branded channel. Wait, I think I'm making a mess now. I have to reload the page. Meanwhile, let's see. Comments? Max, Daniel Schmachtenberger's most impressive work is on the merge project. Okay. So it's the most developed account of gameb, and in turn is more in tune with the natural law of resource-based economy in the gameb. Okay. And the Emergence project is a website? Can it really be that I haven't seen this all these months? Oh, wait, okay. Yeah, I've seen his Civilization Emerging, which looked like a relatively sparsely populated blog. And there's not much, right? This is, yeah, generator functions, last post in 2018, and the Emergence project itself, I really never ended up here, but if it's no longer active, I'm wondering what you actually, how you ended up here. All right, interesting. I think I'll, yeah, take a moment to look at it. Thank you for sharing. Let's try to get this done. So we have voicecraft. This all looks more or less right. Okay, so this is, I would call this generic Jordan Hall. And this is more future thinkers. This is Vervaeke. I guess I'm gonna remove this. Situational assessment is voicecraft. And then we have Guy Sengstock. More future thinkers. This is actually the last one. Yeah, I'm sorry, this week has been very prolific when it comes to YouTube videos. Let's see. More comments. Max says, it has less content than the Emerge project. I guess you're talking about the Civilization Emerging site. Okay, yeah, I have it open. I'm gonna check it out. So, Jordan Hall. Let me move this one up. Right here. Okay. I think, well, I guess maybe we can skip this one, given that we already have so much. And this we can add to Jordan Hall. You know, given that it's Jordan Hall in conversation anyway. And I think okay. Maybe we can also kick Vervaekis, and then we can just have Jordan Hall in conversation. Given that we have so many videos. Voicecraft, future thinkers, conversation, rebel wisdom. Okay. Something tells me that we are basically done. Now what I need to do is to add a title and give this a name that is not yet again coronavirus. I guess coronavirus is still going to be the main thing. What else do we have? All right, the unfolding meta crisis sounds good as a description, and then we can call this meta crisis. All right, I'm getting ready to deploy this. Let me do this. repeat meta crisis. So, while this is being deployed, let's see whether there are new comments. Max, thank you, by the way, for lending me company in this task, which is relatively menial. But as you see, I have a good streak. gameb.news. So I've been going on since beginning of February, and I haven't skipped a week, so I'm happy about that. Max says, I'm convinced the natural law resource-based economy of TMZ is what the gameb thinkers are describing. You know what? It would be cool to have a chat about it. You know, like maybe another day, but if you reach out to me, maybe on Facebook, we could actually have a conversation about it, and you could introduce to the ideas to other people. I mean, on Facebook, we have this group called gameb Conversations, where, you know, people just record conversations, and usually it's unlisted YouTube videos, you know, like people that don't have a branded account or anything special. They just record a conversation, talk about whatever they want to talk about, and then share it. And it's a friendly environment. So that would be a way to, you know, kind of introduce these ideas, because in more than 1 year of being exposed to gameb, I haven't really met them, these the things that you're talking about. So I guess you know, people deserve to hear them. So it would be cool to have a chat about it. But you know, coronavirus and stuff, maybe it's not the highest priority for you. There you are, gameb news. Here it is. Let me actually go on Twitter, because last time that's what I forgot. I forgot to tweet about it. I have to switch account. There you are. Last week in gameb. And please share this. Retweet. It helps me. And as you see, it's a lot of work, so it's really helpful. As you see, for example, last week's tweet, nobody retweeted, and it's a bit depressing. So I like if someone is kind enough to do that. I'm going to do it myself. Copy. Wait, let me I just need to switch account and share it. Wait. No, I don't want to be begging. Done. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Let's see if there is some last comment. So Max says I'd be up for that. All right, then please ask me for a friendship on Facebook, then we can kind of set it up. Is that okay? Do you have a Facebook account? And meanwhile, let me read your last comments. And you're writing an article. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, if you like post it on Medium, for example, that would be, you know, because you've seen in the section about Medium posts, there's usually not so much. So that's would be an interesting thing to share, to the general community next time I compile the gameb news. And yeah, I could check it out. But meanwhile, as you know, right, like I'm trying to use my time wisely. So don't expect like a big review. I'm just going to scroll through it. Max, last message and background knowledge. Yeah. I mean, I find it interesting anyway. Schmachtenberger is a super smart guy. So thank you for sharing this information with me. I guess that's it for today. Thank you, you two viewers, one from Facebook and one from YouTube. Thank you for watching. And just to recap, this is what we produced today. A little post showing some videos and news from last week in the gameb scene. And if you want to help, either go to gameb news and share that, or go to the Twitter, which is helpful gameb, and subscribe and share. It really helps. It's not an empty request. It's really motivating to see that someone cares. Thanks again, and have a good day. Bye-bye.